Well, hello, hello, hello. I'm putting the finishing touches on this drawing. It's a little Lego sailor in honor of Veterans Day. I'm even wearing a camouflage jacket today to go with today's theme. Today's theme is Veterans Day. I have a sailor that I've drawn and an army soldier with a flag background, lots of thank yous on there. And I've even done a Air Force soldier with thank you veterans across the bottom. I tried to include red, white, and blue in all three of these pictures, the American flag in these pictures. It's my way of saying Happy Veterans Day and thanks for all you do. So on this episode of Make Art with Mrs. M, you guessed it, we are drawing a Lego person. And I've had fun drawing Lego people in the past. I've done, just here's a little guy. Here's a cute girl. There's so many characters you can make with just the basic Lego person outline. Just add some details. So I'm going to show you now how to draw a Lego person, the basics, just the basics. Ready? Okay. I like to use a marker so you can see, and at any time if I'm going too fast, just pause this video. Okay, I'll start with the head, and I'm thinking about the position of my Lego person. I want the head near the top, the body right here in the middle, and the legs towards the bottom. So I'm drawing the tall way so I can have a nice big drawing. The head is shaped like a square, but it has rounded corners. So I'm going to make my square shaped head there. The corners are rounded. They're not pointy. So I curved around and went straight up, curved around and around. Okay, next, the neck. The neck is like a triangle. No, rectangle. Oh my gosh. It's like a long, skinny rectangle. Oh, excuse me. Square rectangle. Okay, now we're going to add a trapezoid shape. I'll show you how that's done. First, we're going to add the shoulders that go out from the side of the neck to where the chin is, or the side of the head, right there. Okay, they line up. It lines up together. So we have shoulders, and we're going to make the body come down and go out a ways. It's almost going to look like you're making a dress, but we're not. That's just how the body is shaped. Okay, I think I need to make this side a little bit longer. Okay. There. Now connect. There. So this is the trapezoid shape I was telling you about. This body, the shape is called trapezoid. Next, we're going to add the legs. And I like for the legs to be about the same length and length of the body, and the length of the legs should be matching pretty much. So I'm going to eyeball it and see, okay, that's about where the bottom of the leg should stop. So I'm going to go down to about right there where my thumbs were a second ago. That's the length of the legs. Now I'm going to make a line that comes in and comes to right about the middle and stops. So I'm going to make a line from the right end and a line from the left end, but I'm not going to let them touch. Leave a space. There. So we have left leg, right leg. See how that forms the letter L for left? Okay, next I'm going to go up almost to the top, curve, and come straight back down to the other end. Ding! Okay, that's how I do the legs. Now, a Lego character's feet stick out front ways a little ways, but since we can't show that, we're going to show that by adding a line right here for the feet. So, like so. Great. Now all we have to do is add the arms before this guy, girl, person can be personalized. And you can customize it for your own interest. But for today, I'm thinking of Veterans Day. All right. I am going to make a line that leans up from the hip, from where the body and the legs touch right here. I'm going to make a line that leans up, a diagonal line that leans up. I'm going to do that on both sides. Try to make this line the same length on both sides. And then I'm going to add the shoulders, and the shoulders are rounded like that. I'm not going to curve this line all the way in. I'm going to curve it because I want to continue it and make it come straight down to touch the end of the line. So again, I'm going to do that on the left side. I'm going to curve out a little ways and then continue going straight down to the end of that line. There. Shoulders. All right. Next, I'm going to add hands. This is the fun part. I've been drawing this, and I look at the wrists. There are the wrists. Two little lines side by side there. And then I'm going to make a curve underneath that doesn't touch them, is a little ways away. And when I look at these two little lines and this, it looks like a sad face, doesn't it? It looks like a sad face. Well, we are going to make this into happy Lego hands. Copy that curve, like so, and then connect. So you're going to copy the curve and then connect to make your Lego hands. They look like claws or robot hands, huh? Copy the curve and then connect. So this is the basic Lego person. But for us, we wanted to do a soldier. I'm going to show you how I'm going to continue this with the army guy. How I do the army soldier. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is add his hat or her hat. There's so many soldiers are women these days. Okay, so I add the hat, and it's a little above halfway up. So about halfway is about right here, and it's a little above halfway, okay? And then I'm going to come in a little ways on both sides, and I placed a little dot there so I can know where I'm going with this. I'm going to make a curved line that curves up and over to the other dot. And then I'm going to copy that curve really close. And this is for the brim of the hat. And then I'm going to add a little button on top. I don't think it actually has a button, but I want it to look more hat-ish. And then I'm going to add the eyes, which are oval shapes. And I'm going to add a slight smile because this soldier is happy to serve our country and keep us safe. That's what our soldiers do. Our soldiers protect and serve our country for many years of their lives. My father was a soldier in the army, and for 30 years he was in the army doing his best every day. Okay, now I'm going to turn this shirt and these pants into the uniform. First, I'm going to start with the neckline of the shirt. I'm going to make two leaning lines to make them come down, lean down like this, okay? And then I'm going to come straight down, almost looks like the letter Y. The next step is to add something that looks like a W right there for the collar. So I started here and then made a wide W that goes all the way to the top of the shirt. I'm going to do the same thing on this side, make a wide W that goes right to there. Okay. One thing that the soldiers tend to have is a little American flag there on the sleeve of their uniform. Sometimes they do anyway. So I'm going to make a patch there I know some patches are round, so I'm going to make a half of a circle on this one because their patches tell what unit they're in and what group they're with. Next, we're going to add these rectangles here because on their uniforms, their last name is usually on their uniform, and it might have their name on one side, and the other side will say U.S. Army or U.S. Navy or U.S. Air Force. Then I'm going to add a pocket underneath. They tend to have lots of pockets on these uniforms. I think there are actually 2 more pockets down here, but I'm going to leave that step out. I don't want it to look too crowded. One detail I am going to add is like this button on the cuff of the shirt. So I'm going to make something that looks like a U that curves and comes back to the side, and I'm going to put a circle there. And I think that's actually backwards, but just for the sake of design, I'm going to do it that way. Okay, so there's the cuff, the button and the cuff. Let's make a straight line that comes down and then one that curves almost like the letter J for the zipper. And there are pockets on the side, so I'm going to make 2 lines for these pockets. And then they have pockets on the side. They're like cargo shorts, cargo pants. So there's the pocket with the flap. And let's make another pocket over here with the flap. And then there are boots. So here's my soldier. I'm very pleased with this. And I hope that you can spend some time making a veteran Lego person. I hear the song, the Lego song in my head, everything is awesome. Everything is awesome. I want to say veterans are awesome. Yes, veterans, we think you're awesome. You Army veterans and Navy sailor veterans and even our Air Force veterans. Yes, thank you, veterans. Thanks for all you do to keep our country safe. Well, this has been another episode. Thank you for coming. Whoa, remember, art makes you smart. I always say that, and it's been another episode of Making Art with Mrs. M. Come back and we'll do it all again.